Update: I-26M thinks my wife 25F is or was cheating on me with her cousin. The last couple of days have been a regular roller coaster for me. TLDR version of my original post, I essentially discovered that my wife has been cheating on me with her own cousin Max for years. Actually, by the length of time this seems to have been going on, it might as well be seen as her cheating on him with me. Okay, I went to a lawyer initially, and after that I went straight to Max's home where I spoke with his wife. She was brokenhearted as one might expect and disgusted over the incest. We sat down for a bit and I told her also that he was bragging to my wife about how he was having unprotected sex with random women, and there were pictures with him that he was sending my wife. She insisted on seeing them despite my advice not to, and she was broken. He was bisexual and was always found to be chatting up random guys. She said she allowed him to go out every so often and see a man if he felt he had to get it out of his system, as she put it. She was under the impression that he hadn't done this in well over a year. When this was over, I stayed the night in a hotel where I still am and talked with my mother, brother, and father. My mill called me begging me to come and talk about this, that I must have made some mistake. It's all voicemail, I never picked it up. Wife tried calling me a dozen or so times, I didn't answer. She sent no texts. I assume she knows I've been documenting things and doesn't want to give me any more ammo. It's what I would do in her place. At the end of the day I called her and kept it brief, saying I would talk to her the next day. When I eventually came home, she was a warbling mess. She tried to hug me and I told her that it was over. She insisted she never cheated on me, that I must have taken something the wrong way, and that Max's wife must be spreading these rumors because they hate each other. It is at this point that I realized that my wife thinks I heard about this from someone else. She doesn't know I discovered their affair myself. It's then that I show her the papers I have and the pics of him. As soon as I discovered this and told Max's wife, she goes from being weepy and sad to explosively angry, complete hysterics. You should have talked to me first. She's all over everything, telling everyone. This is going to ruin me. You knew she would do this. I told him to stop texting me like that. At that last statement, I absolutely exploded. I told her that I just got done reading a year's worth of texts and emails, and not once did she ever tell him to stop. I called her a degenerate and said that we both probably have a disease now, and she crumpled in on herself. Couldn't respond, just crying hard. Even still, I told her that we were getting divorced. I then called her father and told him to come to my house because she really shouldn't be alone in that state. I returned to my hotel room and saw that Max's wife had been texting me. She had done some intense digging on her own and found discussions about sexual encounters they had from 2010, on MySpace. She told me early on in our relationship that he once tried to kiss her at 13, while they were having sex at 16 or 15, or during a time when MySpace was still widely being used. I'll admit it, seeing it went on that far back was finally what broke me. I'm not big on emotional displays, but I broke down crying in front of his wife. She cried too. When that was over, I took her to the lawyer I'm seeing, and now one of his partners will be handling her divorce. Through all this, Max has been panicking and crying, trying to find out where his wife is, trying to talk to me, still after all this evidence, trying to ensure this is all some big misunderstanding. It turns out that Max and ex-wife live in a house owned by Max's parents, and they have come down hard against their son, telling him he cannot stay there anymore, and apologizing to their deal and saying she's welcome to stay with their grandchild in that house for as long as she wants. He's basically disowned. Max's father even got it in his head somehow that Max was sleeping with my wife as a child, and that is why she is doing what she is doing today. She is his favorite niece, basically a second daughter, so Max in effect is on the lam because his old man wants him dead. My father, unprompted and wanting to help me, assured me he'd pay my hotel for the week. Today I told my boss point blank, no filter, exactly what's happened, and that I am taking 2 weeks off to sort my life out. He remarked about how terrible his divorce was and told me to take whatever time I needed bottle fed, and that he'll just tell everyone on the floor I've got a sick parent or something, which was sweet of him, lying down in my hotel room now missing a stepson I'll probably never see again. I raised him for 6 years, changed his diapers, bottle fed him at 3 a.m., took time out of work when he was sick. Waited on his hand and foot after a nasty fall that broke his arm so his mother could sleep because she was working in the morning. The rest of this world could burn away to ash and I wouldn't blink or care, but the thought of never seeing him again rips away at me like nothing else. I need therapy, gonna take a load of talking to get through this. Talking to my lawyer on the phone later and we'll be meeting up with Max's so again because apparently there's more I don't know. Got a doctor's appointment tomorrow and then 6 months of waiting for results. Thanks for the support everyone. If more develops I'll do another update. My heart hurts for the betrayal and lies you've endured all these years. Your soon-to-be ex-wife has some serious mental issues. I think she probably needs some very intensive therapy. In regards to your stepson, did you adopt him? Have you discussed visitation options with your lawyer? Lastly, I hope your STD/STI tests all come back negative. You find some closure and loads of happiness in your future. I never legally adopted my stepson. I really should have. I didn't think this would ever happen. I'm sure I'll be able to work something out. My wife has been messaging me tonight and it's like she turned the truth faucet on. I don't know what convinced her to be candid, but she's like giving me the autobiography version of events. I don't want to know, but I do. No chance this ever gets fixed, but at least I heard the words "I'm sorry" for the first time. Don't let her fool you. Everything she's doing since being found out is an attempt to sweep this under the rug as fast as possible. Her desire to earn your trust back is simply a means to an end to her getting what she wants. Just like her cheating on you is about her getting what she wants, with complete disregard for you. If she really cared about how this affected you, she'd be giving you space, but she can't risk that because you might use it to realize this relationship is done. She doesn't want that, even if parting ways would be the healthiest option for you both. She just wants what she wants and she'll do anything she can to get it. It's not remorse, it's fear. What she's doing is flooding you with promises and apologies and emotional appeals in hopes that something will stick. Especially these blanket offers of "I'll do anything you need me to," as if it's your job to fix this, as if there must be some solution and you're the unreasonable one if you can't come up with it. Your wife and Max have such serious deep-rooted issues. It no longer can be excused as them acting this way because of past sexual assault. All of it is on them and their responsibility. It's sick that people like that exist in the world. I hope you see that boy again one day. Who knows? When you're older, and so is he might just come looking for you. You were a father to him like no one else was. Stuff like that never goes away. I hope once things are worked out, maybe there's a way for you to still have a connection to him. I hope she doesn't spin the story to him when he's older that you just left them behind. Best of luck. The part about your stepson hit me hard. My ex-wife had a daughter I raised as my own for 7 years. She just turned 9. The thought of never seeing her again still haunts me. I do get to see her, but only for an hour or so at a time, once or twice a month. I don't get to see her through my ex, I see her through the biological father. When you move on and try to start another relationship, you will be hesitant with the children of the women you date. I won't lie, it will hurt a lot whenever you're around kids. I'm sorry, man. I promise you will bounce back from this. You're so young and it's great you found out now before you wasted any more time with her. You will find someone who will cherish you. Take some time and focus on you, build yourself back.